Hello my loves and welcome back to Let's Play Disco Elysium. As you can probably tell from my voice, I still have this fucking cold. It's unbelievable. This super flu thing that's going around the UK at the moment is really nasty. It lingers for a long time. It is really unpleasant, which is why alongside a very hectic work schedule at the moment, I haven't really had time to be playing video games, I'm afraid, hence the lack of episodes. However, today I'm going to get one done. I'm at the very end of a very long stint of work and I fancy doing a little bit of Disco Elysium in a frame of mind that's not unlike our protagonists at the moment, to be perfectly honest. So this is probably going to work out rather well. Let's see, shall we? But my god, yes, please guys, shield yourselves from this super flu, especially if you have medical vulnerabilities. It is very nasty indeed. In the area I work, which is social care, we get colds and flus and stomach bugs all the time. It's de rigueur, it's part of the job, we don't really care. This has knocked me on my ass. This is a very nasty cold indeed, so be warned. Right, here we are! Yes, we're back! And I believe we're on day 2, and I believe last time we did level up, didn't we? Now, I could open up some skills. I rather like perception, actually. I think, ooh, yes, learned skill +1, yeah. Oh no, did we not, have we not got a level up? No, we must have spent it, oh well. I haven't got any points to open up these, have I, yet? Not at the moment, unfortunately, but we're getting there. Can I unlock? No, not yet. Oh well, maybe next time. Now, what else have we got going on? Anything at all? Anything at all? We've got our Pry Bar. The red tip Pry Bar has Carson T Heavy Duty engraved just below the handle. It is satisfyingly heavy and perhaps one of the most useful tools to carry around. Yay! Well, we've got our flashlight at the moment, which is rather useful. And what else have we got? We've got our bag, haven't we? So, in fact, I might put that on instead of the bag for now, and I'll put the bag on when we actually need the bag, yeah? So, orange bum hat. I don't like the -1 rhetoric for that one. -1 savoir-faire, tight around the thighs. +1 electrochemistry, tight around the crotch. +1 esprit de corps, halogen watermarks, excellent. Fingerless gloves. Yeah, it's alright, I suppose. What about dynamic windbreaker? -1 shivers? No, I like the shivers. I don't want to lose the shivers. So, no on that one, I'm afraid. Have we got anything else that we need? Oh, instant photo of tattoos. Yes, we need to look at this, don't we?
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
That's a really disturbing image. I know we did this last time, actually.
Still kind of has an ethnic feel to it, but
yeah,
nothing familiar.
We've done this already, so we'll do that a little later. For now,
there are several footprints in the mud.
No, I can't do that. Leave. Not yet, anyway. Let's talk to, Kuno again.
Does Kuno care?
Yeah, that isn't going to happen. I want to discuss the body with you again, Kuno. Where's the rest of his armor? Yeah. There are contusions all over. Where's the rest of his armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuckgimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant.
A mutant?
Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man.
Okay.
Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Oh no.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
I'm not so sure about that, if I'm honest. What do you mean you threw it away? You're just too small for the armor. Let's give it a go.
Get the fuck out of here trying to fuck on me with that midget shit. Kuno's 12. He's huge.
He's not really. He squints at you.
What are you? Fucking 80. Kuno's 80. Kuno can fit 4 of you in Kuno. fuck out of here.
Trying to fuck on Kuno. Fuck out of here.
What do you mean you threw it
Kuno
away?
tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
He performs a kickoff on the imaginary helmet.
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
You threw it in the sea?
Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk.
Despite myself, I kind of like Kuno, I've got to say.
Fuck on someone about that armor. Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates.
Oh, hello. Hello. Who do you mean, troubadour?
Yeah, cocking boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows.
Hello.
So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Now that is interesting.
Yes, this troubadour has it. You can feel it.
Yeah. There are contusions all over his body. Did you do that?
What are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He grabs his head like it's suddenly hurting.
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You're stupid. A contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks your stones left on the corpse.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing? This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
Yeah. More on this later. Right now, let's talk about something
You're
else.
testing Kuno's patience here.
Lost.
I think we could give it a go, couldn't we? It's legendary though. It's not gonna. It's very difficult. Ah, fuck it.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your buttons.
Okay. Want to help the RCM bust a murderer? No. Think you can turn the Kuno down for a moment? Let's talk like
Trying to
normal
fuck at the
people.
Kuno. Trying to fuck at me. Trying to fuck. Kuno only gets higher. It's faster, faster, faster. Can't take the Kuno. Stay out of the reactor.
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Fair
No,
enough.
It's not what we got here.
No.
You've got to work with what you have for now.
Okay, fair enough.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Well, that's been made clear. Well, now that is interesting. So there is someone at the gates. Hello, who's that? We haven't spoken to that person. Oh, it's her. It's the woman from the beginning of the game. Oh, we haven't looked at that yet.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Why am I looking at
Cop
this?
You look at everything.
Uh-huh.
This isn't case related, you think.
Oh, logic has intervened. Okay, what kind of vehicle drove through
Hard
here?
to say.
Let's give it a go.
No,
Fuck.
these tracks are not interesting at all. Let the street sweeper just sweep them away.
Now I wonder. Now I wonder, because we failed that. Fascinating stuff. Now, the guy with the mustache at the gates. It wouldn't. I don't think it's this guy, is it?
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
I've changed my mind about your friend, the lady driver. No. I don't want to like press him about things because he seems to be a decent enough chap thus far. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the gates. There's a guy with a mustache we want to talk to, apparently. Troubadour. Not this arsehole, I hope. I've had enough of this prick to last a lifetime.
Looking for something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Yep. Go fuck yourself. Oh, it's him, isn't it? I'd assume, anyway. He said he looked like a troubadour.
I guess getting past the man ain't that simple after all.
Hmm.
So, what now?
Yeah, here we are. You're the man in boots at the gates. Kuno said you know about the armor. Let's do this one first.
Busy surveying the situation.
Huh.
I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days.
Okay.
Wiretapping, telescopic batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbor machinery.
I don't have any of that.
Maybe you could even knock that Kowalskian crane over using some remote controls.
Mmm.
Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right?
You have air support, why didn't you tell me? Turn on Kim, I'm pretty sure we don't, at least not all of those things.
I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology.
He pats the side of his nose with his index finger. No, we just don't have it. Look at the state of me. I'm wearing marigolds, for God's
Something
sake.
changes in his disposition. A merciful smile in the corner of his eye.
Okay.
Alright, I may have some advice for you on how
Oh.
to deal with Jean-Luc there.
Oh.
Solidarity to the RCM. It's low in technology, however.
That's alright.
First, don't fight him, obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I do it.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okie dokie, well, we'll try that. You're the man in boots at the gates.
The little boy had it good on his promise.
His
To
promise?
get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
No, I think it's fair to say that's Kuno's choice of word.
happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know?
That seems
So I
fair.
went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cop's in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock.
That's Kuno, that's for
Serves me
damn
right
sure.
for menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
The probe into the armor, what did you... So Kuno used us to what, scare
It's a
you?
minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his
He
flask.
thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
Okay, the probe into the armor, what did you
I
learn?
learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
So they're probably not going to want to talk to me either.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
Okay, what sort of technical
I did
stuff?
some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library.
Hmm.
I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How
Okay.
does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea.
Confirmed.
I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove.
Again, confirmed.
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
I'm going to find one piece of it, one is enough. I'm going to find all of it, all the pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Okay, I'm going to find all of it, all the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing. But okay, let's find all of it.
Why
This
not?
ski's epic then, all across Martinez. Hope it will be a real bonanza for you.
Okay. Thank you for your cooperation.
If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Huh?
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Yeah, I can sort of empathize on that front. Should we have a go at Measurehead again? Should we be really servile and grovel and see if he'll let us by? Hey, Measurehead! How you doing, man? I hear your name's Jean-Luc, actually.
has only worsened since I last saw you. Really let yourself go.
Subscribe to his advanced. Yeah, can we do this? Should we give it a go?
Ask what kind of races there are.
Yes!
Classification is core to this stuff.
I am new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there.
Do you?
This is for the thing. On second thought, I do.
There are 3 categories of race.
I like hearing him talk.
The heroic races, Tibe, the servile races, and the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education
Type A.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
I love the fact that all of his text is in capitals. I don't know why that makes me smile.
The genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades in Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Who exactly are the Maun? Yeah.
You know them by the names of their nation states: the Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
Sort of like a Teutonic area of this particular world, I'd assume.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric.
Tassel-centric?
Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
What the? Okay, fair enough. And now my cat Rufus is well in the way of the screen. Go away, Rufus, for a moment, please, if you would. Okay, got it. Who are Type A, then, in your view?
Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensity.
It's amazing how many characters in this game actually come off as like certain YouTube commentators or certain skewed ideological talking heads. I'm thinking of like James Lindsay, I'm thinking of Jordan Peterson and that type of commentator. It's quite incredible.
The other large mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem. Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
It's like enshrined ignorance that's so certain of itself, you know. It's, again, very like these commentators on YouTube or online who have no expertise one way or the other, or even basic reading, but have just heard other people talk about certain ideas. It reminds me a little bit of when you read Ayn Rand for the first time, and you realise she's just, like, misapprehended Nietzsche. And who are the Semonese and Areopagites in this?
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Semonese and the Areopagite are on
Areopagite. I like that. And the Semonese are?
the indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Semonese inhabit the southern islands. I am Semonese, from the stock of Ulebuir on Ile-de-Fontaine.
Of course, we've established that he's kind of not. He just sort of is just mythologized it for himself. Let's ask.
The Areopagites are the master race of the Ile-Maran deserts. The Semonese are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile-Maran to Ansuland, thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun Occidentals discovered this place.
I love, like, the terms and the concepts that he has misapprehended and is now using as evidence of, like, genetic inferiority. It's hilarious. What's the difference between the Semonese and the Areopagites? Continue receiving wisdom. Yeah, let's go.
The Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Semonese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the mystery. I mean, he's like an apostle, isn't he? Or like a prophet. It's like he's consumed by his ideology so much that there is nothing else.
The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more type A races in the world.
Nature was not capable of more.
Okay, let's talk about Type B.
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous competitors of the great race. The Koikos and the Vacholier.
Vacholier, that's nice. Okay.
To an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. Look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct, muddy color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, sweaty, and ashen.
Okay.
Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking alcohol and smoking the degenerate tobacco and for eating potato.
Like, the depth of enshrined ignorance is unbelievable, isn't it?
The Koiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with product. The only thing they like more is divided into microscopic states, like political amoeba.
And the Vacholier you mentioned?
The Vacholians, halfway between type A and the racial cauldron. Two makes to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
The vile CF race cauldron of pederasty, please.
Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Okay, chimeric experiments?
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Seminese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Seminese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring.
Almost certainly false, my friend.
The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey.
Oh my god.
All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
Wow. Any more?
Then there is the Simino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Simino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic science.
Sure.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Seminese with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Seminese strength and Grad servility. This will never happen. The Seminese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems.
God, it's elaborate, this... Well, I was going to call it a philosophy, but that's a little generous, isn't it?
No Seminese man could maintain an erection.
I've got a coffee, by the way.
Potato stench of a Koiko woman or Koika.
Oh my god, the depth of this guy's racism is unbelievable.
There is a strange sadness in his tone, a less than heroic melancholy this time.
Yeah, you seem kind of blue about this, Measurehead.
The heart that pumps the hemoglobin is mysterious, and so is its dark will. Enough of these personal matters. Have you been educated to all the rasotype now?
He does not seem angry, nor does the woman look affected. She just twirls her hair. Perhaps they've been through this and established the record.
I doubt that. I think they're just hangers-on. I mean, he is impressive. He's the kind... again, I mean, there is an echo of your Jordan Petersons here. You know, they sound impressive to people who are looking for something to latch onto, some kind of icon or prophet or shepherd, you know? But the minute you actually start dissecting their ideas, you actually ask them to define their terms or to explain how they came to their particular conclusions, it all falls apart, right? The minute you do wider reading, ultimately, that's it. It all falls to bits. Do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
Okay. How do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today. Then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly.
Okay. Let's discuss something
I cannot
else.
possibly imagine what else we have to discuss. Your love for disco music and venereal disease.
Let's go over the funky race classification again. Let's not. So I need to internalize this.
Jamais vu.
Oh, look.
Realization.
Oh, look at that.
Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having.
I have that every
And
day.
for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this.
Oh, okay.
What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
Okay, well, we'll do that then. Ah, so jamais vu. We've actually done some stuff for jamais vu, but I need to internalize advanced race theory, which I don't want to, but fuck it, gotta do it. Right. Next time we level up, we'll open up a slot, yeah? And we'll do that. But we need to go and talk to Joyce Messier, apparently, on her boat, or Margaret Thatcher, as I've been calling her. We also need to go and find some armour. God knows where we're going to find it. I mean, I've absolutely no idea. Okay. So we spoke to our friend there. Here we are, back at the Whirling in Rags. Well, I suppose we should go and talk to Joyce, shouldn't we? I mean, that's what it told us to do. I need to get some money as well before this day is out, I can tell you. I also need to keep a mental note. At the end of the day, at 9 o'clock, I need to go to that apartment. If you remember. I thought she'd gone then. I thought she'd sailed off. Look at this place. It's awesome.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Okay. Do you know something about these tattoos? Oh, yes.
That's the man who was killed.
Yes.
I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
Okay. Why? Is you looking at the photo tied to the lynching? So you know something about the tattoos?
Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She
Okay.
wants to answer the question.
Okay.
Protocol keeps her from it.
Okay. Tell me about Wild Pines. I've got more questions
More
about
lessons in
reality.
basic reality?
Yep.
My favourite part of the day. Go ahead. Ask me anything.
Conceptualization impossible. Oh, let's give it a go.
What is
Yeah!
all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough.
Is it now? I disagree
There
heartily.
is a term of endearment they coin for it. In the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
What is it?
Elysium.
Ah. Wait, is this the one with the evil apes? The world needs a term of endearment.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
It's not a million miles away.
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the petro-fascists.
I don't think I've got the whole picture yet.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
Ah, how come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
What shape is this world, then?
We used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
Mm-hmm. It's an oblate spheroid, if it's anything like our world.
Occident Grad.
Ah, thank you, Encyclopedia.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
A dark grey corona.
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
Oh.
A cold fear seeps into you.
Yeah. What is she telling us? The pale, and what do you mean corona?
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet.
Right.
Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy.
It sounds terrifying
Even
regardless.
scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here.
So, let me get this straight. If she's right, this world is not like ours. It's actually more like a snow globe or something to that effect. There's something a bit more abstract about it. Oh, this is so weird.
But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
Okay, a fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Ah, I only care about the commune. Well, if you say it's disco.
See? Everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
The cold seeps into
Fascinating.
you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity.
Okay.
Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there on whatever this all
Yeah,
is.
whatever this
Your arms
is.
hang down by your sides.
I mean, I love this. I love the fact that this game has got like the existential part, and as well as the political and cultural and historical aspect. It's amazingly clever.
The lieutenant observes you both silently. He adjusts his glasses.
You said pale. What is pale?
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Okay.
Yes. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. Remember, we have a cadaver to attend to.
He's trying to anchor us, isn't he? That's what Kim's trying to do, to bring us down to earth,
Of course,
you know?
Lieutenant. Let's try something else.
What do you mean it's not part of reality?
Ma'am, remember you are dealing with a very sensitive and impressionable police officer who is still recovering from a recent medical episode.
Now, this is fascinating. Kim is standing in the way of our realization.
The Lieutenant's right. Let's change topics. What do you want to know? Anything.
You know, when Kim's gone to bed, we're going to come and talk to her.
She wants to tell you.
Yeah. Clearly. Ask for Kim to step away while you discuss the Pale. Yeah.
Good idea. Just ask him. He won't
Yeah.
make a scene.
No, he won't. He's a decent man. He steps away with his notes.
See? What can he do? You're a grown man.
Now, what is the Pale?
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant.
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. The Pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Yeah, but what is it? Okay, what is the Pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The Pale is the enemy of matter and life.
Oh, now
It
suddenly...
is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
So suddenly, the state of this world we're in has changed for us completely. Is it here? Look
No,
around.
Detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isla.
Wow.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
And 6,000 kilometers from the end of the world?
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
Yeah, point north, and there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the Pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the Pale is called Porch Collapse.
Okay.
Imagine a grey coronal mist. Cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism. A mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
What are its physical
It's
qualities?
difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic.
Wow.
The further into Pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
Wow. If we're surrounded by Pale, how do we get from Isola to Isola?
Oh, it is so difficult for us. It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path.
That's awesome.
But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost. Or having our minds damaged.
Is that what happened to us? The Pale can damage the mind.
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter.
Wow. You know, when I remember when I originally played this game, I was so shocked by these revelations. And doubtful of them as well. I mean, she's telling us this, but she's not necessarily telling us the truth, right?
They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
I think we know what it feels like.
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger.
No, nameless detective of the Citizens Militia. I am a member of the Entreprenetic Business Class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually.
Wow.
Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
We might as well.
Yes, carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
It changes. This is so clever because it changes the dynamic of the whole game and every bloody interaction that you've been having. The whole lorry driver's strike takes on this entirely other tone. Can you imagine how valuable drivers and transporters must be in this world? People who can actually go through the pale. I mean, bloody hell.
That poor woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
Are you over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
Oh, wow. What is entropinetic?
Entroponetics is the scientific study of the pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of grad. The study of the pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
Did they cross it, the Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has entroponetics changed?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the pale. The only real advance in pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic craft?
Hybrid airships, detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion.
Of course,
suspended,
they wouldn't, would they?
once you've crossed from near pale to far pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
Yeah, if we don't, I imagine it's like the Bermuda Triangle, isn't it? It just gets lost, you know?
Then they don't.
Yeah. How much pale is there compared to the world?
The pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
So it also has an analogue in dark matter as well. Slipping how? To our detriment,
What do you
or
think, detective?
it's growing? There is more and more of the pale.
Precisely.
Yeah.
One of the few measurable effects of the pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate.
Oh, this is fucking brilliant. This is so fucking brilliant. So it's not just the ideological decay, the saturation of history and ideas that's prominent is echoed by a physical decay. An entropy that's existential. That's fucking brilliant. What? This game, man. It's amazing. The writing is like the best science fiction novel ever.
An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
Cover everything? Where would we go? Stay silent.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge.
I'll bet they do.
I suggest you do the same.
For the sake of sanity,
Off
yeah?
we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Off we go into the wild, pale
One and
yonder.
They say pale is death, but for the universe.
Wow.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
Okay, let's return to
Yes,
reality.
Sweet reality.
She stomps her foot.
Before we do, tell me, detective.
Oh.
Is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
I sometimes sense vague shadows of the past, but it's not good.
Then tell me, what do you think of the pale?
That we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. A powerful anti-communist force. I'm worried. I have to say, it doesn't sound very liberal to me. I don't know how you've all survived with it. It's a huge accomplishment. You were right, it's disco. Her eyes tense, crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face. I agree, I think it's fucking great. God, if a phenomena like that existed in this world, I'd want to see it. Wouldn't you?
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, detective. If you don't know even this, then...
It'll be a fucking disaster! All these people will die! Will be my masterpiece, the one they remember me by, I promise.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi.
I intend to,
I
he's
ran a
great.
check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Every human being on the planet could do with a Kitsuragi clone following them around.
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
Yeah, undoubtedly.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can.
Oh,
even if
thank
we
you.
have to do it one basic term at a time.
She gives you a slight bow. I like her. I like Joyce.
Good. You have not passed out from it. Perhaps I worried for nothing. Are we still on the reality lowdown, or should we do actual police work now?
Okay. Let's get to work,
Good
yes.
luck, detectives.
He deserves us being a bit nicer to him, doesn't he, you know? He actually was very patient with us there. So, fuck. What an info dump, eh? Jeez. What the fuck are we supposed to make of that? Huh? Bloody hell. That conversation has just turned everything in this game on its head. I was actually waiting to get there. It's why I didn't hint at it beforehand. I kind of wanted you guys to experience it organically, you know? Because I remember when I first got to this conversation, I was just completely fucking floored. I just lost it. I really did. There's the gentleman playing bowls. Right, so what should we do now? So we should have a look around, shouldn't we, really? We need that armor, but... There's the bowls, okay. There's the shack. Oh, yeah. Okay. Is this down yet? Nope, not yet. This won't be down for a few days yet. I haven't got anything to sell, per se. So, where should we be going? Whom should we be talking to? I don't know, but I'm reeling a little bit from all those revelations. I don't know about you, my loves. Hi!
Everything's still cool here, officer?
No, I don't really want to... I don't want to persuade him to give me money. I really don't. It feels bad to me. I wonder if our friend here would know anything about armor. I mean, it's possible it's ended up here, isn't it? Don't you think? I mean, he tends to deal in odds and sods, doesn't he? So let's see. Let us see. God, this game. Honestly. I think the last time I had like a narrative experience like this in video games, I think it was probably Pathologic 2. It was probably Pathologic 2. Okay, right. Is he still here? Yes, he is. Good. What's this? Did we look at this last time? I don't know if we did.
Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table
Okay. Let your gaze run over the
The light
streetlight.
pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Is that a streetlight?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's in perfect working order.
I love him. Bird's Nest Roy.
It was
Where did you
brought
get
to
this?
me to be altered.
Okay.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property.
He leans in so the pawnbroker doesn't
You
hear
have
him.
to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
He pauses, studying the light. How much for... there's nothing else you need to know about the light. No, not yet, anyway. What's that?
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved.
Oh yeah, I can see that one.
This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just
Okay.
make sure it works before you buy it.
What I really want to know is, could this device come in handy in my police work?
If police work means playing tapes, sure. You can use it for that. Or any other time you'd need to play a tape.
Like a
Okay.
beach party. With sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze.
Theoretically, could I bring it to a beach party? Thanks for clearing that up,
For
Roy.
sure. It's a consumer device with professional applications.
Are you sure this is all in working order?
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music.
That surprises me. Bird's Nest Roy looks like the kind of guy who really likes concerts, you know? Okay, let's chat to him a moment.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Do you have any guns like the ones carried by officers of the Citizens Militia?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I
Ah.
promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Oh,
The
interesting.
lieutenant shifts from one foot to another.
Oh! Oh, revelation! Wait, I sold you my gun?
With Kim here too. That just sounded really, really bad.
It did.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
Well, well,
And I don't
well.
like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
Okay.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
Okay, I feel like there's something you're not telling
you
me.
weren't quiet yourself, officer.
Oh, what was
you
I
were
like?
very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money.
Oh dear.
When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
Yeah, holy
You
shit.
sucked on a gun. Good. Very normal.
Oh wow, I really should have killed myself. Maybe I still will one of these days. You had to see me in that state. You don't have to talk about it any further. How much did I... happens to the best of us, I guess. Say nothing.
The light swirls in his face and glasses. He doesn't know what to say either.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth
Okay.
be told, she was terrifying.
Oh.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Well, yeah, when you put it like that, Kim, it does sound bad, doesn't it?
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
Maybe she's a vigilante. I don't like it either. What if she intends to commit a crime and blame it on the Citizens Militia?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Yeah. Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
There is nothing you can do about it now.
Yeah.
You just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Interesting. At least now I know how I lost my sidearm.
Of course.
No, I'm not going to ask him that. I have other business to take care of. Now, that was interesting. So now we know our gun is out there somewhere and in the hands of a civilian. Shit. Well, well, well. This is becoming a very revelatory episode, is it not? Bloody hell. So it's a she. We know it's a she. We know it's one of the female characters. Who could it be? Referred to herself as a pig. Could be any number of characters, actually. Tricky. I am very sorry for being such an incompetent ass, Kim. I am very sorry. Like, seriously. I wonder... I wonder if it could be our friend in here. What do you think?